Anne-Marie, thank you. The UN Climate Change Conference says this year's meeting in Glasgow is the world's best last chance, you've heard that, right, to get climate change under control. But the big question, will it work this time? We are joined this morning by Juan Moreno-Cruz, Associate Professor at the School of Environment, Enterprise and Development at the University of Waterloo. Good to talk to you today.
Good morning. How are you?
I've got a big question to start. Will life change at all after this conference for the average Canadian?
No. We have been meeting every year since 1992, and really no real change has happened. So I don't expect this to be different this year.
What's the point of all of this, then?
I think there are two important points. First is that we still rely on the international order to set the stage, and these international meetings do that. They create the norms and expectations about how the world needs to behave, but it's always insufficient. It has been insufficient because I think there is no way that we can impose on other countries our will, and so that's why it's disappointing to have these outcomes usually every year.
Let's talk about some of the promises made, though. Prime Minister Trudeau is back from COP26, and he's got promises of stopping deforestation, introducing a global carbon tax. How realistic is any of this that we'll see any meaningful change in these areas?
Again, I go back to history, the history of these meetings, and the reality is that pledges usually are not followed by action. This year might be different. We are all hopeful, but I think it is always difficult to translate these pledges into action, because at the end it depends on national governments, and different national governments will have different incentives to actually do something. It's not the first time we pledge to end deforestation, and nothing has happened. Actually, we have lost more forests ever since. So I don't know. It's not that I am a negative person, but I just don't see this as being the way forward for climate change.
All right, so Juan, let's flip the sides then. So what would make some change? In your opinion, what needs to happen?
What needs to happen at the international community, countries need to commit to a carbon tariff or a carbon price. The recent, I think today's announcement of countries phasing out coal is also very important. But I also think that we need to bring back the decision-making process back to smaller communities like cities, and let the communities that are actually going to pay the cost of climate change have a stronger say on what goes in these negotiations. And we haven't seen that since the beginning of the climate convention.
Juan, we really appreciate your time this morning and insight. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.